Hey, I'm Nate, and I'm gonna walk you through Encounter 1, the Crucible Chamber. This is the first encounter in our new Hellscape line, and it's a great entry point into hell. If you just wanna dip your toe into a little bit of evil, check this encounter out. So let's see what's in this tiny room packed full of magma, shall we? So this is the Crucible Chamber. It's our entry-level lava room. If you need to sort of get a little taste of hell, this is perfect for you, the perfect starter pack. It's got all our core pieces and enough bread and butter to be able to build a bunch of different things. It's called the Crucible Chamber because it's a small, tight room that's just full of lava. There's really tons of dangerous areas and not a ton of safe space in here. So when the Bean Slayer here comes in to explore, you really have to be conscious of which squares you're moving into, and if you go into combat, it's going to become very dynamic and very tactical because you have very limited squares. You have to be doing a lot of acrobatics or athletics checks or doing crazy jumps and moves and the like around. Particularly if you have some sort of plot item like this Infernal Alter over here that you've got to get to and interact with, and there's lava in the way. So let's look at the actual pieces in here. So we have a whole bunch of bread and butter pieces around the perimeter. All these basic bread and butter pieces around the outside are Caverns Deep pieces that we've recast in our semi-translucent yellow Dwarvenite so that they can glow under light. We've done our new Caverns paint job on them so they look fantastic and look glowing hot as is, and then if you throw them on light, they illuminate and just come to life. We've got two diagonal walls. These serve either as corners or as diagonal walls, as the name would imply. We have a straight wall, which this one looks particularly good when illuminated. Two swell wall right, and then one trifecta swell wall left. So this is a trifecta piece, so the floor and the wall are separate. So this can be used as a freestanding wall. This can be used as a ledge for negative space builds, and then together they form a wall. Regular 2x2 flat floor and a 2x1 floor. This flat floor, this looks particularly awesome when illuminated. Look at those cracks just glowing. We have a corner fill Stalagmite, and this is used when you have two pieces that are coming in at a right angle and you want to have like a convex corner so you can fill that corner. And finally we have this big straight passage piece. This is a great entry area. It's also good for connecting rooms. Nice big piece, and it looks awesome illuminated. So now, where should the Bean Slayer explore? Perhaps on some lava. Oh no, I can't face the lava. You must. So we have 4 lava core pieces in here. So similar to the corner fill Stalagmite, this is our lava drip corner fill. It serves the same purpose. It fills, it's a convex corner when you have 2 right angles there, and it just gives wonderful lava texture to any of your rooms. The second of our core lava pieces is the straight wall here. It's just absolutely gorgeous, violent, dangerous sculpt. The team spent an enormous amount of time trying to figure out what the texture of lava was going to be. It needed to be very active and very dynamic. It needed to feel like the lava was just spilling out right then and there. Trying to figure out the ripples. How does it feel like it's thick and viscous, not feel like water, have a lot of dynamics to the surface. Painting wise, we went through a whole bunch of different iterations trying to find just the right light scheme, something that would look really good on its own and then would just really come to life when illuminated. And this does all of that. It's a very dangerous looking, unstable sculpt. This thing's got a big, huge 4x4 footprint, so you can cover a lot of ground quickly. It's not a lot of safe playable space in here. So you've got a little raised area over here that you could perch on, little areas over here, and then you've got lava spout here, just generally deadly all the way around. And you can just see the lava just spilling out the sides here into the room. Just all these pieces are just same level of detail and danger that you guys are gonna love. So the third piece in the lava core pack is this floor. It's a big, beefy 4x4 floor, full 4x4 footprint. It's got tons of lava here, very little safe playable space. There's a few spots you can get your mini
up here, and the like. Most of these squares are deadly, if not difficult terrain. You can see the lava just pouring out the sides here, and feeling like you can see it's just pushing the stones back as it comes. This thing is really unstable and dangerous. And of course, like the rest of the lava, it looks stunning when illuminated from below. Look at all that texture and those ripples. It is magma, ladies and gentlemen, real. Imagine we were trying to use real magma, but it turns out it didn't work. And the fourth piece in our lava core pack is this 4x4 corner. So it's a big 4x4 piece. It doesn't quite fill the footprint. It's curved back 4 inches on each front side. And once again, just violent erupting lava pushing out stones. You can see the stones just sort of melting, getting shoved out of the way as the lava is pouring in there. We've got a little bit of playable space up here. And then we put a little raised area in the back where you can put a miniature or some sort of plot MacGuffin or something like a priceless treasure the players have to get, and then we'll fall in the lava on their way there. And like everything else, this looks just stunning when illuminated. So for details, we have this little pointy stalagmite. This guy looks awesome in our new lava paint scheme, little lava pools in there. Our first piece of infernal architecture, this Infernal Alter. So this thing is just dripping with detail, texture. And while it is infernal in origin, we made it generic enough that you could use it in a lot of locales, but we all know the devil's made it. Come on. One of the neatest things about this is the top has not one, but 3 pole accessory holes. So if you want, you could put some sort of cool pole accessory plot MacGuffin on there, such as this devil talisman. Or maybe you take the top off your Hellgate and use these crescent horns, put them on there. I mean, doesn't that just look cool? It's designed for that. Right. And then if you've got the other 2, if you wanted, you could take something like, say, this standing skeleton from Kickstarter 4 and put it offset on one of the sides. Is that all the way on? Yeah, close enough. You could put that on one of the sides and have it staring at you. Or you could take like these 2 imp gargoyles. I love these guys. Put 2 of them on there, back to back if you wanted. Put this thing, it could be a decorative bit on the top of one of your towers or something. And then of course, if you want to just go over the top, you could put something in every single hole and like really fill it up. But this lets you freestand pole accessories almost anywhere and gives you a lot of options for ways to put some decorative elements in your build, and they could of course be a plot element. And finally, if you get this encounter as part of the 2nd or 3rd circle of hell, we give a bonus pack that's the Infernal Cave Door. So that door goes right in here. Check that out. So now there's an exit from this room to connect into the next encounter. And this thing is just awesome. So this is another Caverns Deep piece that's been reprinted. The doors are operable, of course, they hinge. And the top is removable, so you can pop that off if you want to change out these doors. You could use any of your other double doors from the Dungeon of Doom or from Caverns Deep. And of course, you could use these in your Dungeon of Doom or Caverns Deep door frames and the like. And the details on here are just absurd. This was, Michelle was the lead on this, and just look at those things. It's like, it's cool, huge, giant devil face, which is probably Asmodeus. But it could be any sort of generic devil or whatnot. And it's supposed to be skin peeling back on the edge, like festering wounds on the door, just really disconcerting. The back, there's just dozens of tortured souls trying to push their way through the texture of the door, and these cool little talons are on the sides and devil knockers. It also looks very Cthulhian. Go figure. So you could maybe it's a portal to the far realm or something. Who knows? But just beautiful looking doors. And of course, this thing looks great illuminated also. We have a few extra stretch goal building pieces that we're going to throw in here. They should, by the time this video goes live, they should be unlocked. So we have a 1x1 floor we have a 1x1 wall and a 1x1 corner. So together, these are just going to give you more building flexibility more modularity when you're trying to build out these things. In particular, this corner works really well with any of the swell walls to turn that swell wall into a little corner. Because this room is so tight and there's so much lava, we call it the Crucible Chamber because you're just going to be forced into these just terrible situations where you're going to be having to make acrobatics or athletics checks or whatnot to make these huge death-defying leaps over lava. And they might not all go so well. So it's going to be a wonderful place for deadly and dynamic combat. The Crucible Chamber.
If you're excited about what you saw in this encounter, all of it and more is available in our Hellscape Kickstarter, which is running now until July 1st of 2019. If you're watching this after that, subscribe and ring the bell so you can stay up to date about our next Kickstarters and all the other cool Dwarven Forge news. Well, that's it for now. Back to the anvil.